What's up guys, my name is Grant, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the new Corsair HS60 headset. It's actually haptic and it lets you feel your audio, which is really interesting. Full disclosure, Corsair did gift this headset to me and I am sponsored by them. They are a partner of this channel and have been for a long time. That being said, this is more an informative video than a review. I'm gonna let you know everything that you need to know about the headset. And I've chosen to partner with Corsair because they consistently deliver premium products. So let's get into it. Although haptic feedback headsets aren't a new concept, there aren't a lot of them on the market right now. So let's see what's inside the HS60, and I'm gonna give you a couple of my thoughts on this and why you would potentially want to get this feature in your headset. We first saw this feature with the Sony Pulse Elite Edition headset and the Razer Nari Ultimate headset, and now it's Corsair's turn to give your ears a new experience. And my expectations are pretty high. Corsair deliver amazing products, and if this is their brand new entry into the haptic market, let's see what they've got. It's pretty identical to the previous HS60 and the newest model in the HS lineup of the 50, 60, and 70. So now we have the rebranded HS60 and the new haptic feedback feature. The new technology is called Taction, and it's actually built into the driver, so it's not just a new software update to an existing model. It's the hardware inside the actual headset that's changed. Build and construction wise, it's the exact same as the previous HS60. The specs are also pretty similar. It's got the same 50mm driver and the same frequency response and impedance. The obvious change is the Arctic white camo detail and the blacked out Corsair logo on the side of the ear cups. The grill look on the ear cups also look open back, but they are closed. Comfort-wise, it does expand quite a lot, and it's pretty flexible with ample padding on the headband with memory foam on the inside. Look, I didn't feel any tension points, but take into consideration that I've got quite a small head. It's pretty discreet as well. It's not bulky with any protruding ear cups. Corsair's got a very slim design aesthetic, and I like it. As you can see, it passes the glasses test. It is making contact with my glasses on the side, but not really pushing them into my head, and that's thanks to the memory foam ear cups. The ear cups do rotate and pivot on the yoke to fit better for different size heads and shapes, but it's not as movable as you'd like. They're the classic oval shape and also have the same generous memory foam filling as the headband. The yoke and headband slider are this quality aluminium finish, so they feel quite sturdy and durable. There are measurements on the slider, which is a really nice industrial finish. I like that they did that. There are 3 buttons on the bottom of the headset. On the left-hand side, you've got a volume dial with the mute button underneath that. And then on the right side is where you have the control to the haptic feedback. It's a dial, so you can either shift it up to be the most intense, or you can turn it down just to lower it a little bit. The microphone is also removable depending on your preference because, you know, some people play single player games. Maybe you want to play a racing game or you want to have it with VR to add like an extra experience. You don't have to flip it up, although it is a little bit bendy. You can just simply remove it, which I think is really nice, and it's a really well thought out feature. However, the cable that is built in is not. It's USB and can plug in directly into your PC and has a length of 1.8 meters, so you shouldn't feel too tethered to your machine. It can go pretty far. That's close to 2 meters. Looking at the microphone, it's got a flexible gooseneck design, and it does come with a foam pop shield if you'd like to just have some kind of pop filter effect. The microphone is Discord certified, which I didn't know was a thing until now, and noise cancelling, so let's give it a try. This is what it's going to sound like. This is the audio out of the HD60 haptic microphone. As long as the audio doesn't sound like it's terrible for another streamer, if you're playing with another streamer, you don't want to destroy the ears of the people you're playing with, and they must be able to hear your commands loud and clear without it sounding like trash. And especially now we're having like 5, 6, 10-hour gaming sessions. You don't want to have like a tin in someone's ear. What you've just heard is raw audio straight from the microphone. Let me know what you think. I think this sounds really full and clear, as you'd expect from Corsair. It doesn't have that tinny echo, and the P's, S's, and B's sound pretty good thanks to that pop filter. Right, getting into the sound quality. These headsets retail for around 2,000 Rand or $130, so the audio quality is expectedly impressive. This is kind of like an entry tier, mid range headset, and it's a little bit more than most in this range, but I think it's worth paying for. It's a great soundstage, even though this model does not feature surround sound. It's got great positional audio, and the noise cancelling is pretty high as well, so you can pinpoint those footsteps in-game. In fact, I don't like using 7.1 surround sound headsets in games because that stereo is what the game is EQ'd for. So if you play any competitive first-person shooters, like I play Overwatch, or you might play Counter-Strike or Valorant, that's what it's EQ'd for. So in my opinion, it's better to actually have a high-quality stereo headset. Where the HS60 Haptic really leaps forward from the HS60 is the bass, because now you're really gonna feel that. So let's get into the actual haptic feedback feature, the actual feature that sets it apart. What's really nice about the haptics is that another feature is added and you're bringing in another sense to your audio. Much like your accessories, like your DualSense controllers, the better that the audio is engineered in the game, the better this is going to sound and it's going to work for you. I think there's something very interesting happening here for accessibility potentially, and if devices like this can feature fine-tuned haptics that allow you to feel that sound, it could definitely open up to communities that are hard of hearing. With something like Battlefield, you're going to feel every single gunshot and grenade going off around you. It's a really unique experience that kind of surpasses novelty and goes into something subtle and immersive. This subtlety is important because for prolonged gameplay, you don't want it to become annoying. It's kind of like the PlayStation new controllers. Although that technology is really cool, it's just too intense and I have to often just switch it off. And that's kind of one of the selling points of the PlayStation 5, which is really disappointing. So you don't want haptic audio to kind of distract you from the game. So that's why I find that subtlety is really important. Again, it is adjustable, so you can really crank it up or turn it off completely if that's what you want. Just remember to adjust on your PC as well. The higher your PC audio, then the more haptic feedback you're going to be receiving as well. It works pretty well with music too, depending on what you're listening to. If you play something with a lot of bass, Skrillex. Oh, you know you're a boomer, hey? Shut up! That bass is going to feel great, but a different level of feedback to playing games or watching movies with a lot of haptics engineered in there. Then actually, talking about the IQ software, there's not too much, which is actually what you want. You don't want it to be overwhelming, but what is there is super important. You don't control any of the haptic feedback in IQ, which is maybe something that could be added in the future, but I'm not necessarily sure that it's necessary because there is a dial on the right side of your cup to change that. And you might want to be able to do that on the fly. You don't necessarily want to Alt-tab into another piece of software. But I know a lot of you like to have more control in software. There are built-in EQs, however, that you can go through, or you can build your own. Things like boosting the bass will increase the haptic feedback. Then on the right side, you have your mic level adjustments, as well as side tone for hearing your actual voice when you're talking. I love side tone. It means that while I'm screaming, I can hear myself and know what my levels are so my neighbors don't freak out when I stream. So I'm really impressed with the HS60 Haptic overall and what they've done, taking a staple, very popular and very successful headset, revamped it, improved it with haptic feedback, and now altogether we have a great immersive play headset. Again, construction and durability are high quality. Sound is really full and clear. A great microphone as well, and the bass improvement and haptic feedback feature added. There's also the cosmetic change with the camo on the ear cups, which I don't like. What? Okay, I'm just gonna end this here. This sums it up, guys. If you'd like to check it out, I'll put a link in the description below. Stop it! I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Grant, and I'll see you in another one very soon.